you drafted Deebo Samuel in 2022, your chances of winning your fantasy league decreased by 65%. Deebo had an ADP of 17.2, but finished as the wide receiver 38 in PPR formats. In today's pass-happy NFL, we simply can't afford to whiff on an early wide receiver pick. Today, I'm going to identify 6 wide receivers I'm not drafting at ADP in 2023. Number 6, Garrett Wilson. I like Garrett Wilson, I really do. I thought he was very good as a rookie despite some incredibly shaky quarterback play out of the Jets. But now Garrett Wilson is just so expensive. He's going end of this first round, beginning of the second round, even though Aaron Rodgers' teams play slow, even though I expect the Jets to be very balanced or even lean towards the run. And so at that price, at that 1-2 turn price, there is no room for error on Garrett Wilson. There's no room for 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers to struggle. There's no room for Rodgers to favor old friends like Allen Lazard and Randall Cobb. There's no room for Garrett Wilson himself to do anything but take a big leap in his own play. And so at that 1-2 turn, I actually prefer A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and even Jalen Waddle over Garrett Wilson. Number 5, Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is 29 years old now. That is the exact age when we start to see wide receivers begin their decline. Also, Browns added Elijah Moore this offseason, who I really like. That gives them a nice pass-catching group. Elijah Moore, Amari Cooper, Donovan Peoples-Jones, David Njoku. I would be shocked if Amari Cooper sees 132 targets again, which is really what he's going to need to pay off a late third-round average draft position. On top of that, 3 out of Cleveland's final 4 games are at home. We have seen horrible weather the last couple Decembers and early Januaries in Cleveland. Horrible stuff for the passing game, wind, rain. It's been ugly. You throw that on top of the other concerns with Amari Cooper, and it's a pass for me. Number 4, DJ Moore. DJ Moore had a bad situation in Carolina the last couple years. I think he might actually be going to a worse situation now in Chicago. Bears were dead last in pass rate over expectation last year. And you could say, yeah, that's going to increase with DJ Moore there. I wouldn't be so sure. They still have one of the NFL's worst offensive lines in terms of pass protection. They still have a quarterback who is far, far behind where he needs to be in terms of average NFL throwing ability. And also, DJ Moore has real people to compete with for targets. Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool. I think Cole Kmet and Robert Tonyan are going to be factors in the red zone. Much prefer Marquise Brown, Big Mike Williams, and Christian Kirk as wide receivers in the range of the draft where DJ Moore goes. Number 3, Michael Pittman. Pretty much a nightmare scenario here for Michael Pittman as the Colts select Anthony Richardson, number 4 overall in the NFL draft. Anthony Richardson projects as an extremely high run rate at the quarterback position, thus limiting pass attempts. Anthony Richardson also projects as a very, very raw and shaky NFL passer. And so maybe that can be okay if you have explosive big plays in your game. That's not really Michael Pittman's game. He had the lowest yards per reception among all qualifying wide receivers last year. So we have a low volume, not much big play upside wide receiver with potentially very shaky quarterback play. That's a recipe for disaster. Number 2, Odell Beckham. Odell's going to turn 31 years old in November, has multiple ACL tears on his resume, has not had a legit good season since literally 2016. I'd actually argue that Odell is the 4th best pass catcher on his own team this season. Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, to me, are all better target earners / pass catchers than Odell right now. And while I do think the Ravens will spread the ball out more, pass more under Todd Monken, Lamar Jackson's still not going to be out here throwing for 4,000, 5,000 yards. At this point, Odell Beckham, way more name than game. And finally, number 1, Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen, 33 years old now. In his age 32 season, he was one of the worst wide receivers in the entire NFL while with the Vikings. 6.6 yards per target, 3rd worst. 10.2 yards per reception, 4th worst. Pro Football Focus is dead last wide receiver in their grades. I get that he got a bunch of money from the Panthers. I get that there's opportunity there. But DJ Chark and Jonathan Mingo certainly have more upside for me, and we want to be getting upside with our later round wide receivers. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more. And for access to our fantasy football rankings and analysis, check out our 2023 Fantasy Football Draft Kit.